Since when did putting in an honest day's work become a supposedly shameful endeavor? Recently, ex-Cosby show cast member Geoffrey Owens was outed, if outed is indeed the right word, and I don't think it is, for working at a Trader Joe's. The Daily Mail printed an article that seemingly took a measure of glee in noting how a star of a top-rated sitcom that ran from 1985 to 1992 was now, shockers, doing menial labor for about $11 an hour at a supermarket located in Clifton, New Jersey. Now, in the final analysis, this hit piece on Geoffrey Owens makes for a bad news, good news story. To be sure, the bad news isn't that former TV star Owens was now working at a supermarket, but rather that the Daily Mail thought this was actually newsworthy to begin with. You know, the idea that a celebrity was working a so-called Joe job to pay the bills. For where, pray tell, is the shame in that? More bad news came via those online commentators who thought this was a real knee slapper. The narrative being, ha ha ha, look at the former Cosby star bagging groceries for a living, how the mighty have fallen. By the way, folks, why do I get the idea that these anonymous trolls who were mocking Owens probably reside in their parents' basement playing video games all day, believing that a minimum wage job is somehow beneath them, so they'll just live off of the labor of mom and dad, kind of like a parasite? But here's the good news. Thankfully, the vast majority of commentators went to bat for Owens, which was the right position to take if you subscribe to being a decent human being and you also subscribe to that which is known as the work ethic. Because there's absolutely nothing shameful in putting in an honest day's work to put bread on the table. I don't care what the job is, be it washing dishes or cleaning toilets. As the saying goes, the work may be dirty, but the money is clean. In fact, I think the very worst word to be coined in the 1980s was McJob. McJob is a derisive slang term for someone having a low-paying job. But when I go to a McDonald's, I don't see people with so-called McJobs. I see people with jobs, period. There's nothing shameful about flipping burgers. Nothing. In fact, if anyone should be ashamed, it's that person who's too full of him or herself to do a so-called menial labor job, the sort of person who would prefer to game the system for benefits rather than put in an honest day's work doing a job, any job. In fact, if I was the editor of the Daily Mail, I would have taken a pass on publishing the Geoffrey Owens article in the first place. After all, this article merely boils down to this. A man is working at a Trader Joe's to pay the bills. The end. While this is supposedly gotcha journalism, there really is no gotcha moment. So really, what was the point in publishing this story other than to shame somebody who is actually deserving of praise? For the Rebel.Media, I'm David the Menzoid Menzies. Hey folks, the Rebel has a new app. Please download that app and take the Rebel with you wherever you go.